Hey everybody, Sean here from BoredParacord. Today we're going to use a shackle, and this is a new shackle. We're calling this the Dagger shackle because it has this little ornament on the side that kind of looks like a dagger, kind of looks like a feather, kind of both ends of the spectrum. So this is our gold, and the color that we have here I believe is called Vapor. I could be wrong, but I believe that's the color. You will see this down below in the description. But I'm pretty sure that's the color. It's kind of a cool color. It's red, blue, and green, and it kind of has a color shifting effect to it. So what we're going to do with this when it's all done is we're going to use some microcord and do some stitching down the center, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I have 8 feet of that cord here, plus a shackle that I've already taken apart. One side has the threads, which is this side, and the other side the pin goes into. So I already took that out. And on your shackle, you'll see that you have a loop side and a hole side. These pieces come apart, so you act like this is your buckle. So if you're making a bracelet with a buckle, this is the same thing, just a little different. So I've already taken my paracord and formed it into a point a little bit, so that it will fit through the shackle. The shackle is a little smaller than a normal shackle. I don't have one right here to show you the size, but it is a little smaller, and it's also hollow in the center, which makes it a little lighter, which is kind of nice. So the first thing we need to do is, if you look at the shackle, it's in the shape of a T. This adjuster bar is the shape of a T. We want to go through the top part of the T with our cord. And we want to find our center point. So I'm going to grab my 2 ends here, and I'm just going to run this cord along with the shackle all the way to the very end. And this is my center point right here. Now, with that, what we're going to do is flip that over. And you're going to then run your cord through the underside of the U part of the shackle, just like that. Now I'm holding on to this because I already took the pin out, so it will come apart. Like that. And you want to size your bracelet at this point. So your bracelet is going to be about this big, and this is your basic shape. That's what I'm referring to of your bracelet. I would say measure your wrist and then get about 1/2 inch off of that, and add a 1/2 inch to it for this type of bracelet. And you can see it's about the same size. Let's see if we can orient this. So that's about the same size right there. Alright, so now, without crossing your cords over, I'm going to take this off. So now I have this at one end, and then we're going to just say that this is our other end with the buckle. And I'm getting a little bit of a twist in here, so I need to get rid of that. So I think I need to go that way with that one, and that way with that one. Alright, so we have our basic shape here, our basic length. I think I want to shorten it up just a little. Maybe there, maybe there. Alright, and that'll still give me, that'll still give me a nice size bracelet. Alright, so with our shackle here, what we're going to do is take our right cord, go underneath of this right center strand, and then we're going to create a loop right here. So with that loop, you just want to go under the center strand here, and then take it through the loop and off to the right. And without moving your thumb off of this cord, you need to tighten this up. Because I don't want to change the length of my bracelet, so you got to do this without affecting the inner strands. So I'm just holding on to both of them right there, and you're just going to tighten this until it won't tighten anymore. It's pretty tight. Alright, I think that's good for that one. It's kind of hard to see, but basically what we have here is just an overhand knot. Put this one back in there, it came off. And double check our length. Yep, that looks good. So you're gonna, did I do that right? Let's see, under. Yep, we're gonna take our left cord under the left center strand and poke it through that loop, just like that. And then bring that working end all the way through. Do that. Get this pulled up. There we go. And these are identical knots, just opposite of each other, so they will look the same, as you can see there. These both look the same. And then you can start doing your cobra weave. So I know that was a little lengthy to figure out how to do this, but now if you take this, you flip it around, now you've got your basic shape there for your bracelet. This looks like it's going to end up being a little short, which that's okay. I can try to, when I tighten this up a little bit, I can pull some more length out of there, so that's okay. All right, so we are here now, and all we're going to do is a cobra. And I think the reason I'm doing 2 is because I think I tightened this a little too tight for my micro fid to get underneath of the strands. So I'm going to do this nice and loose so that I can do the stitching down. So to do the cobra, create a loop with your right cord, take it over your 2 center strands and off to the left side. Now take your right cord over your left, behind, and up through that loop that you created before. So this cord is going behind the 2 center strands and then up through this loop here and pull that tight. Now the first one, you want to make sure that it's nice and snug up there because everything's going to be based off of that. And let's just double check. Yep, we're still good. All right. So the goal is to just do this all the way down. So our right cord is now our left cord, and that's the one that goes over. So start with that one. Create the loop on the left now this time. Right cord over the left, behind the back and through. And I'm just going to pull this loose, not very tight at all. You can kind of see it's a little bit wider than the one that I did already because when I make bracelets, I pull them pretty tight. It's a disadvantage if you're trying to do something with it afterwards. Alright, so the cord that went over is now on the right, so create a loop on the right with it. Take your left cord over it, around the back and through. Now we are on the left side, so loop on the left, cross over, take it behind, and through. Once again, now we're on the right side, loop on the right, left cord crosses, goes behind, and up and through. Real easy. So, I'll do a couple more here. Create the loop on the left now. And if you're unsure of which cord to use, just look at the cord that goes over every time. The cord that goes over comes out over here. That's the cord that goes over every time. So just look for the cord that goes over and see where it comes out at. And that's where you start at. So it's on the left, create that loop, cross over with your right cord, go around the back, and through the loop. Alright, let's do one more, and then I will get this all done and come back and show you what we're going to do with the micro cord. Make this look a little nicer. So I'm going to finish this up, and I will be right back. Okay, so I am all the way down to the bottom of this shackle here, and as you can see, if you look at the two next to each other, you can see I've done this one much looser than this one. This one has some rigidity to it. This one's really loose, which is going to make it really easy for the next step. But first, what we need to do is finish our ends here. So to do that, let's see, I got my torch lighter and my super sharp scissors. Get that out of the way, and then I've got my tightening tool somewhere over here. Let's see, where is it? Okay, oh, I almost hit myself with that. That would have hurt. use my tightening tool to add some texture to that melted point there. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. And what you want to do is you want to cut this very, very close to the actual bracelet. So I'm cutting it, you can kind of see right there, leaving a little hangover so that I can melt it. I'm using a torch lighter. You can use a regular Bic lighter too, that works just fine. It just takes a little bit longer is all. And then I add some texture to it with this part of the tightening tool. Smoothing tool works great too if you just want to smooth that over so there's no rough edges. Okay, so let me get these little scraps out of the way. There we go. And so now you can put the bracelet together, and you can see the shackle's kind of cool because it has 3 holes on here for adjusting size. So you don't have to be super accurate with your measurements. Alright, so with the microcord, I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, but I do have some gold here. And the reason I got gold is because it matches very, very good, very well to the shackle we're using. I'm going to say we're going to need quite a bit here. So I'm going to pull off, let's pull off about 5 feet, maybe 4.5, somewhere in there I think is what I've got here. So I've got a pretty long piece of microcord. And then we have our micro fid, which you will probably need a fid for this. I'll put the fids down in the description. And we need to melt our end of microcord. And then while it's still melty, put it into your fid. And I might have done it a little too slow. Let's see. Yep, I did it too slow. So I have to melt this again real quick. I think what I'll do this time is roll it real fast. If you do it fast enough, it doesn't even, it's not warm even, it doesn't hurt or anything like that. Alright, so now our microcord is in the fid. It's locked in there because the end of the fid is threaded. Okay, so we are going to start at this end here. And what we'll be doing is wrapping around each one that goes this way. So you have 2. There's 2 strands. One goes this way, one goes this way. We're going to be wrapping around the ones that go this way. And we're going to do 4 wraps, and then bring it back across. Do 4 wraps again, bring it across, 4 wraps. Do that all the way down. So to get started, I need to basically go to the back side of this bracelet, and we're just going to go up through the center. I saw a little bit of light showing through right here. And I'm going to pull all my cord through, except a tiny little bit at the back, so that we can fuse this in here. And I think what I want to do is we're going to try to get this to fuse right to where it's already melted. So what I'm going to do is melt this and then roll this over what's already there. So it should work. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens here. Well, I might have melted a little more than I wanted to, so we're just going to go straight into it. And you can see it melted right into the back real nicely. You can't even feel the difference between the paracord and that. Alright, so that's fused in there. Now the first thing we want to do is you're going to go over for the first step. And this is the real tedious part of this bracelet. Let me get my tools out of the way here. There. Alright, so you're going to go over first, and then we're going to go under this piece here. And we're going to do that 4 times. So that was 1. You want to push it all the way to the left. Oh, this is going to be real tedious. This one might take me a little while. That's okay. Especially with all this cord at first. So there's 2. Pull that over. Maybe we'll just do 3. We'll see how it looks. So we got our 3. And then basically this is going to come out over on an angle. And then we'll do 3 more. And then that one will come over on an angle here. Do I want to do 4 or do I want to do 3? I think 3 is good. Okay, so once you have your 3 strands, 1, 2, 3, this one would be our 4th, but we're going to take it down to this strand right here. So that's going to come across like that, and it will help too if you fold your bracelet. And we're going to go undo this one. 1. You might be able to get away with doing 2 at a time. Let's see. 2. Unless it starts to twist on me, that might be the way to do it. Okay, so, yep, you're going to want to pull this all the way to the left side. That tight, and then maybe use your fid to push it over there. And then we'll do 1 more. These colors kind of remind me of Mardi Gras a little bit, because you got the green, the red, the blue on the bracelet, and then you've got the gold little accent here. And now you can kind of see what we're doing. These kind of look like musical notes a little bit, but this is just going to go all the way down, skipping over the other one that's going the other direction. So you're going to skip this one and then move to this one. So when you get to the end of it, make sure you come back over to the left side, go under, through, maybe we'll do 2. Let's try all 3. That was 1, that was 2. This might actually mess it up. Let's try 3 though. Maybe it'll speed up the process here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get 3. That's pretty tight. So with that one there, we're just going to pull all of our extra through the first loop that we did. I shouldn't have done that. Alright, there we go. Okay, there we go. So that's that one. Now I gotta grab my main cord. Whoops, got caught up on my camera equipment here. That's the thing with working with microcord, it catches on everything. Alright, so there's our 3. Pull that across. And now we know not to do 3. We can do 2. 2 works okay. It's still kind of twisted a little bit on us, but let's just do 1. Just so we can get rid of that twist. There we go. There's 1. Let me back this up just a little. I noticed when I was watching these back, when I'm real close, it's really hard to watch because it's kind of jittery when I'm that close. Alright, there's that. So this is our 3rd pass. That. I'm just getting rid of all the twisting I have in my cord here. Alright, so if you start to see that you have this piece that's real loose right here, like this one, then go ahead and work that slack through, because you want it to be, you don't want it to look sloppy, you want it to look nice. So I'm going to tighten that up by just pulling on that loop and then working that slack through all of it. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, finish this zigzag pattern up all the way down, and then I'll show you how to finish up the bracelet and we'll be all done. Okay, so I'm at the end of this and it turned out really nice, and it did not take nearly as long as I thought it would. That took me, I'm not even kidding, from here to here, it took me about 5 minutes. It was very quick. So I am down here to the bottom now, and I was trying to figure out how I'm going to end this, and I don't want to just take this out the side and cut it right there. So I'm going to take it down through the center like we started and fuse it on the back side. So this will give us our 4th, whoops, let's get off of there. This will give us our 4th loop. So I mean, it's not technically 4 loops, but it's 4 passes. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives us our 4th that makes it look like it's continuing. Now once we have our 4 and everything's nice and tight, and doesn't that look good? Nice little zigzag pattern. I think I saw this on Cord Braid on Instagram. This microcord stitching part of it. So let's get this cut here, which gives us just a little bit there, and that'll melt down, and then we can fuse it in there. I think this one's got some. There we go. That nice and melty. And then we'll use this guy, get that fused. Perfect. You can barely even see it right there. Alright, so I mean that's pretty much it. Then to put this on, you would just line that up. Just like that. Take your pin, which that's the dagger part of it that I was talking about. Kind of looks like a feather. We didn't know what to call it, but I liked the name Dagger. The Dagger Shackle. So go through here, all the way through, and then the cool thing is that this just screws in, just like that. It did screw a little tight last time I did it, but there, that's all the way in now, and matches really good to this microcord. I really like how this turned out. I hope you like this too, and if you would have done anything differently, let me know in the comments. You can see one of these is a little bit wider, and that's because this one was done so much looser, or more loose, than this one. I tried to use my microcord to fit it through here, and it's possible, it's doable, but you're going to fight with it a little bit more. So yeah, I could have done it to this one with a nice and tight weave on here. It probably would look a little bit better. This one just looks a little loose, but still turned out really well. I do like it. Check out these shackles. I'm going to put them down below, so everything you see in the video will be down below. And you can get them on our website too. It's called the Dagger Shackles. And until next time, paracord on. Do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button to your left. There's other great videos all the time, and there's a few to the right side of the screen, and you can also buy Paracord at our site with the link at the bottom left. Thank you again for watching.